everybody. Again, thank you. You've all been giving us so much feedback about the videos. So for this week, I thought I would show you something that I need to get done for a class anyway, to show you how practical it is just to colour your own ribbons. So I have just got some plain seam binding ribbon here. And on this layout kit, I thought what we'd do is show you how we can try and colour match. So can you see we've got this beautiful olivey type colour here. And what we have is we have the Distress Spray Stain from Tim Holtz, and I matched it up and I looked and I went, this colour is going to be really quite close. So I'm going to give this a go and see how it works and see what colour I can get. So you can always try just putting your colours out on a bit of paper to see the colour. Wait till it dries though, and then you can match it up and have a look at just how close it is. And it actually seems to match quite nicely, even though it's not quite dry yet, but you can see around the edges where it's drying, it's coming along well. So there's a few things we can do, a few different ways we can do it. So I'm going to show you, I like to get really messy, but I won't do it on the first one. I like to just pop it in my hand and put it all on my hand and get nice and messy, but I'm going to show you the clean way because a lot of people like to do this. You can just take a little snack bag, like your little Glad bag type things. You can put a little bit of water in there first, just so that it's nice and wet around the edges. You could wet your seam binding a little bit if you wanted to as well. That can just help it take the colour well. And we can pop that in there, and we're just going to spray the ink inside. You can seal it up, and then we can just move it all around in there. This is the boring way because you don't get all messy, and you know me, I love my fingers getting nice and messy. That would be the phone. Okay, thank you for waiting while we just answered the phone. So take it out of the bag, and basically this is it. So you've got your colour all done now, and it basically now can just match our project. How close is that? So you can look at any of your sprays that you've got and colour your ribbons. It doesn't have to be seam binding. You could do your organzas, you can do your satins. They'll come up really well and work really nicely. Just have a look at your ribbon and see basically how it's going to take moisture and water first of all. Even some of your laces, depending what they're made of. So yeah, so that's one way to do it. Let's put that aside. Hope that one dries now. Piece of paper, let that just sit and dry. You still get messy, see? Love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's the little plastic bag technique for you. The other way to do it, and I'll just clean my mat here because I didn't bring anything. See, I just do these on a whim. I don't plan these little videos for you. We just sort of go, oh, Mickey's here to video. Let's do a quick video. All right, so I'll take a fresh piece here. Sorry, there was a big noise just to the left of me. The last time there was a big noise on that door, someone ran into it. So I'm just, you know, waiting to see if a car comes through the door next to me here. Anyway, let's just finish this before I get run down. Anyway, this time what we're going to do is we're going to just take some ribbon and we're going to look at using our little distress inks. So just your plain little distress inks. All you have to do with these, and this works really well, is to just put some down on your glass mat again. Now, we used our glass mat the other day and everybody has loved it. They've been coming in getting them left, right and centre. So let's put a few colours down here. Oh, this one doesn't want to come apart, or I'm just really weak this afternoon. Now we're going to have to add some moisture to these. So we're going to wet them a little bit. And then we're going to pop them into this. Now I'm just a little wary of the fact that my fingers have got this nice deep olive green all over them, so I'm being a bit cautious what I do with it. But you can see that we just move it around and it picks up these colours. So I would sort of do that kind of an effect. You can bring it in here, you can run different colours in together. You can even scrunch your ribbon and pick up different colours along it. So if we scrunch it up here and just sort of dab it in here, and then we can go back and dab it in the other colour, and you can get almost like a little bit of a tie-dyed rough kind of effect. It can work really well, and you get these different colours sort of coming through it compared to just running the same colour right along. So with your little distress inks, you can do that, and of course you can do the same effect with your oxide inks. They're going to work just as well and just give you a slightly different finish. So let's just pop that on here. Obviously, a lot of this is really only designed if you are just popping it on a card or a page. These are not for them wearing. If you want to wear ribbons that you've coloured, you'll need to look at some proper fabric dyes or even some paint, but that's another whole story. Go Google using paint for dyeing ribbons. There's some clever things there to do as well. So let's just throw that along. So you can see, have a look at that, how we can get this lovely kind of little retro, oops, it's jumping up, retro effect there, or we can just get plain colours. Can you see that? So that's a nice little way that you can get coloured ribbon. The other next thing we can do with that is clean our mat down. Hold that thought. Paper towel roll. Remember, we don't unroll it to do that. The other way is obviously you can just pop it in your hand. This is the messy bit. I love this. I love getting messy. Popping some spray straight in and just roll it around in your hand. And that's all you have to do. And now you don't have to get it all over. If you want to get a bit of a two-tone effect, give it a roll and pull it apart, and you can get this nice crushed seam binding kind of look, and it's not all the way over. Or put it back in and now do another colour and let it just pick up in some little bits. Roll it around. And again, get some funky looks going on there. Now, if you don't like it quite like that, you can come along and you can wet it some more and let all those sort of bleed in together. You see how it's all just now bleeding in there, and we can pick up on any other white bits. These are the colours that we've now put down on the mat. So that, you can pick it all up again and go again, is another way. So you can use your sprays, you can use your ink pads. Dilutions is great, it's got so much colour in it. You can use your distress inks, and you can use your distress oxides. Basically, any of your water-based ink pads you'll be able to use. Not so much the archival ones, but definitely all your water-based type products. We're going to make a great little ribbon colouring technique. And as you can see, we now have a way to colour ribbon to finish some more kits here. So have a go with that, play. If you've got some ribbons at home, give it a try. The other fun thing I will just show you is if you have a combination ribbon that's got organza with satin on the edge. Stay tuned and I'll show you that in just a second. Okay. When you've got a ribbon like this that's got, I don't know if you can see it, well, it's got your satin on the edge and then your organza in the centre. Can you see that against my nice, lovely hands there? It actually picks the ink up in a different way. So what I found with that is if I was to say spray it, I get quite a different effect on each one, and it doesn't hold the way the little distress inks do. So I'll just show you. You could give this a nice quick spray and colour it. But when it dries, it does something a little bit different. So I'll sit that down there for a minute while I use the other ones. And I just found that I got really good effects using the mini distress inks when I wanted to colour match. So when I'm trying to match a colour, these actually hold the colour better, and it gives a nice darker effect on the edge to the inside. So let me pop a little bit of this nice green colour down. Twisted Citron. So what we're going with. Yep. And a bit of water on here, not too much, and I'm just going to pick all that up on here. Okay, so this colouring, we did some kids kits a while ago, and from colour matching, this was actually one of the best ways to get it to work. I'm getting a lot of colour off my fingers at the moment, so I'll have to come back and show you. Oh, we'll make this one a combined one, won't we? It'll have a couple of colours going on it, just pushing it in there. But the little mini distress inks will really grab onto the satin at the edge nicely too, and only faintly sort of do the middle. I don't know if you can kind of see that in there. Can you see that going there? So when they dry, sometimes you get a very different effect from sprays to what you do with the distress inks. So just watch, you may get different effects on one type of fabric to what you get on another. So always just try another approach if you can't get your colours to match up nicely, okay? See you soon. Hope you like that.